With the general election just weeks away, Fianna Fáil's Christopher O'Sullivan, who was hoping to retain his seat in Cork South West, decided to take a novel approach to canvassing when he and his team jumped aboard the local link bus service from Clonakilty to Kinsale to spend a day canvassing in the popular tourist town. And as Chris and his canvassing team took over the back of the bus, Chris even managed to canvass a few unsuspecting bus passengers on the journey that took us through various villages of West Cork, including Ring, Courtmacsherry, the Old Head of Kinsale, and finally to Kinsale, where he met up with the local canvassing team to plan their strategy for the day. And once in Kinsale, Chris and his canvassing team, including his aunt Nullig, hit the ground running on the streets to canvass as many people as they could. Rebecca Fox, an SNA teacher with Summer Cove National School, spoke to Chris about the importance of reducing class sizes.
Yeah, so you see it all the time. I see it all the time. And like their heart wants to give every time to every single time. My children, you know, it's a really, you know. I mean, if you had 20 children,
I'll give you one anyway.
We're 30 or something. So, you know.
More than that.
Yeah.
I get that. No,
that would be
thank
great.
you so much.
How was the canvassing gone since the election was announced?
Look, in general, it's really good. It's been fun. Meeting people is one of the best parts about this job. So the reaction has been good. It's been positive. I feel there's a recognition there of the work I've done on the delivery over the last 4.5-5 years in terms of education, new school builds, extensions, sporting infrastructure. We're here in Kinsale, where the tennis club has got significant funding. Bandit Athletics is going to have a brand new track. Right across the constituency, there's been significant investment, and in health as well. We're here in Kinsale, where a €5 million extension has been built in Kinsale Community Hospital, and obviously the expansion of Bantry Hospital as well. So there's recognition of that, absolutely, but it's not all, everything isn't all hunky-dory, I suppose, is for want of a better phrase.
Yeah.
People are engaging, the issues that are coming up.
What are the issues actually? Sorry,
exactly, so we're talking about housing. I mean, housing obviously is an issue that's coming up across nationally. West Cork isn't exempt from that. It's hard to get rental property. So we, even though we've delivered a lot in terms of the amount of social homes that we've built here and the affordable homes that will be built, we need to deliver a lot more. So that's coming up. Access to healthcare, despite the fact that we have invested massively in some of our facilities like Bantry General Hospital, for example, we still need to reduce waiting times even further. And we're in Kinsale today, in Clonakilty yesterday. What we heard a lot about is SMEs. SMEs are crying out for support. They need help. It's such an important sector, the SMEs right across this constituency, especially hospitality. That's something that's coming up as well, and cost of living, of course, still hasn't eased to the level that we would like it to ease. So they're the general issues coming up.
And you took a unique trip today by using the local link bus service.
I think it was just a way of highlighting the extra public transport that has been put in the constituency. There's lots of new local link routes connecting parts of the county that were never connected before. We took the route from Clonakilty to Kinsale today. That's a very popular route. It's not just a way of getting people from A to B. It's become a bit of a tourism route as well. And we were joined towards the end of that journey by quite a few tourists. And that's what I suppose my term is all about, is expanding services, expanding public transport. We're not where we need to be yet. People still, of course, rely on cars, and there's nothing wrong with that, but the more that we can roll out things like local link, the better. But it was great to highlight that and to see good crowds on it as well.
Yeah.
Ask the council about, no, I'm new to the town, right? I've worked here for 20 years. We need a town council. There's people in this town, right? And Phil, you would know them. Teddy Lackbar, Ralph McGinnon, Charles Henderson, Michael Frawley. There's a few more. Phil Devon. When they go, who is going to actually do what they actually do?
It's a big part of our manifesto to bring back.
Across town, the canvassing team called into Rachel O'Sullivan's Glitz Boutique. She expressed concern that Kinsale does not have a town council anymore, and she's concerned about who is doing the work in the town. And she praised the volunteers of Kinsale Tidy Towns, but Christopher agreed that a town council should be returned for Kinsale.
Actually replace them, from personality to a sort of character to care about the town, and it's not improved.
I suppose we can't but mention the fact that the election count is moving from Clan to Mallow. You've been very vocal about that. I mean, it is a done deal, isn't it?
It's a travesty. I think it's going to be very difficult to overturn it now. I've obviously written to the county sheriff. I spoke directly with her. It's sad. It's devastating, especially for the people of West Cork and Clonakilty in particular. Count Day was such a buzz. People came from all over West Cork to be in Clonakilty. It was an electric atmosphere. Not only that, they went into town. They spent money in the cafes and the restaurants and the pubs. Clon's going to lose out on that now. I think it's a shame. Yeah, parking may have been a bit tight from time to time, but we always managed. There was never an issue from that point of view. We should have done it again. The hall, it may need an upgrade, but it sufficed in count so far. I've never had an issue with it or a difficulty with it. So that's a shame, and some of the county staff as well are going to have to travel long distances. So, yeah, I wouldn't like to be travelling from Castletownbere now to Mallow for the count, but it does happen on the 30th.
Okay, so it's definitely going to Mallow.
I haven't given up the fight yet.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it come back, but I suppose we need to hear from the County Chair's office in terms of what the exact plans are.
Yeah.
So it's all to play for in Cork South West to see who will claim the 3 seats. But Christopher and his team are confident that they have done enough to retain his seat.